All right, now this is a lesson on pick hold. So I've used many different picks over the years. I've never basically I've used really thin picks at one point. They're really flimsy. So when it says thin on the side of the pick, they mean really flimsy. And I've used picks that are really, really thick and they're called heavy picks. But I keep coming back to something called the medium pick, which is just, flexible enough, but does give a little bit of stiffness so it doesn't break, especially when I'm playing. Of course, my picks do get worn down. But one thing that I always use is the same way to hold every pick. And this is basically how I do it. If you're going to use picks, this hopefully will work for you pretty well. I always have my thumb, and this is my picking hand, of course. I'll have my thumb up and I'll have my index finger ready. So I hold between my thumb and my index finger. And I'm going to make looks like a cross. So if my thumb's up and my index finger comes out, and I have like a cross like this. And I'm going to slide the pick in. So it's almost like my thumb, it's like same thing as my thumb right here, right? But it's going to be a little bit offset, kind of like this. And then what I do is when I'll scooch down with the guitar, I will move it around. And so I can take my hand, which is right now pretty loose and relaxed, and I will bring it in, kind of tightened it up. Kind of reminds me of like an eagle talon or like a beak. And then when I have it here, I might open my hand a little bit, but I basically have this. So once again, I take the pick out and it's like this. My finger is like this, but it's going to fold itself in. And it folds itself in because I don't want my finger hitting against a string. Now, how I got to this hold is basically probably not from someone telling me. It came from playing for many years and slowly developing something that could allow me to play really, really fast. Because I always loved the guitar players that could play really fast. And I learned how to alternate pick, which is simple as down, up, down, up, down, up. And I think that would be the first thing you want to do when you get used to this pick hold. And whatever pick hold that you have is to practice to see that it's going to hold well for you. Take any string. You could even take the high E string, any string you want, and pick down, and then come back up with the same pick. Now, if you notice when I do play, and maybe if I can hold my guitar at this angle, I'm not really just going down through the string. I'm hitting it, but I'm kind of like popping up a little bit. It's very tiny. But that's how I got to play fast, because I have very, very tiny movements back and forth. If you make them really big, it's going to be hard for your hand to go back. And your wrist has to do all this movement. So now that's one string. If you want to bring it to two strings, this is just the high E and the B string, back and forth. And I might play down on the B string, which is the second string, and then up on the E string. Of course, it might be boring to just play exercises like this just to warm your hand up. I think it's very useful to do this, but if you want to make it interesting, it's always nice to kind of make it into a piece that you can play that might have some sort of sound that you like. So here's a neat, very simple piece to play between the two strings. You can do this I can show you a way to do it on one string, and I'll show you that first, and then I'll show you a way to do it on two strings. Here's the one string way. I'm just going to go from the frets open, which is no finger, 2, 3, 5, and 7. So I'm going to do it just like this. I'm picking down and up. Each one of these is going to have 2 2 picks. So a down pick and an up pick for each fret. And when I get to the top, I can go back down. Now you can do these in any order you want. It could be like this. And it may sound like something you've heard before. Here's what it can be like between 2 strings. So B and E. Do that once. Now I'm going to put my finger on the 2nd fret of the E string, the highest string. 3rd fret, 5th fret, and 7th fret. Notice that sounds like the same note. It actually is. It's the same note, only this note is higher up, an octave up. And I go back down. So I can, if you play that faster, it sounds pretty cool. But as usual, you can do this in any order you want. Just know that these are the frets that work really well with that. So try that out. If you have a problem with the sound on the E string, it's because your thumb is not pushing down your fingers enough. And definitely look at the other videos. Get those calluses up. Get those calluses up. Callusing meaning the tips of your fingers are going to be hardened from pushing down on the strings. And you'll get there and you won't feel, it won't make a sound that's not as resonant that you might be getting right now. Eventually it's going to be something that sounds like that and you can hear it a long time. It takes a little while, but you'll build it. It just needs practice. All right, I will see you again for another lesson.